And Logan should be joining us in a few minutes. Today we're going to do lesson 26 in Wit and Wisdom Module 4 and Module 5, lesson 9 in math, okay?
Okay.
All right, so do you remember our focusing question was, what amazing animals can people see in South America and Australia? Do you remember some of the animals that we saw in those two texts in Australia and South America?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you remember from Australia?
Koalas and
Talk up, she can hear you. I can hear you. A koala and a kangaroo. Very good. What about in South America? What was the one on the cover?
I stopped on that. I don't remember.
You don't remember? It was some animals that helped the people bring things up and down the mountain.
What?
The llama. The llama. You remember the llamas?
Yeah, I remember them. Yes, I remember.
Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about it today. But we're going to start with moon rope with our language chart. So I'm going to switch to the document camera so you can see that. Right. So this is our language chart from Moon Rope. And it says, Mole said, if you could have anything in the world, what would it be? Worms, worms, more worms, Mole said. What about you? I want to go to the moon. So that's what the fox is telling the mole. So this is a conversation between two characters. Remember that we learned that speaking and listening is very important. That's how we have conversations. So what do we do with our eyes and our ears and our voices when we're having a conversation? What would you be doing with your eyes?
Looking at stuff.
Looking, you would be looking at the person who is talking. What do you do with your ears?
You
Listen. And so you're quiet until it's your turn to talk. And so when you are, if you're the speaker, then that means I'm looking at you and I'm listening to you. Okay, and let me pull up, let's see. We're on Australia. Okay, I'm going to show you a world map that is actually in the book for Australia. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, look at, this is Australia down here in yellow. What do you notice about this continent? How is it different from these other continents up here?
So that is smaller.
Yes, it's much smaller than the others. It's pretty much all by itself over here. It's not close to the others. And it has blue all around it. What is that blue for? What does that mean? Water. Yes, so in essence, Australia, although it's a continent and a country, it's also an island because it's surrounded by water on all sides. Now, you see, when you look at Africa and Europe and Asia, North America and South America, see how these two are connected, these three are connected. So they're connected to each other by land. So even though it would be really, really far, you could actually walk from one of those continents to the other. But how could a person travel to Australia? How could you travel to Australia? How could you get there, Seth? Since it's not...
I take a plane in the car.
In a car? You think you could get in a car? But
I want to say play in a car.
well, in a plane, but not in a car. We couldn't go in a car because we can't drive across the water. But we could fly, or what else is another way since it's water? What's another way to reach over there?
Boat. I think a boat.
In a boat, yes, in a boat. Okay.
Yeah, leave my car in the boat.
Oh yeah, we could leave our car in the boat so that when we get to Australia, we could just drive off. All right. So Australia is an island. It has a lot of features that are unique because animals and plants and people could not travel overland to other continents. Today we're going to explore the words and pictures in Australia to help you to better understand the unique animals in Australia. Okay? We're going to take a closer look at the words and the illustrations in Australia to better understand key information about these animals. And I want you to think about how the words and pictures work together to add to your knowledge about the continent of Australia. All right? So let's turn to pages 14 and 15.
What?
And that is the beginning of the section, Amazing Animals.
It's a kangaroo. I see something. I see something.
Yes. Now I want you to echo read. So that means you're going to read it after me, okay? So we're going to read the heading. Amazing Animals.
Amazing animal.
Okay, the first sentence says Australia has unusual animals. Unusual, well, let's think about the word usual first. That's the root word. Usual is something that is not surprising, something that you see a lot. But unusual, as in this sentence, has the prefix on it. How do the letters "un" at the start of a word change its meaning? If we have a prefix on the beginning of the word, excuse me, how does it change its meaning?
I think.
Let me write it down for you so you can see both. Okay. So this is the word usual. And this is the word unusual. So right here we have a prefix UN. What does that UN mean?
I think UN means. I think none.
It's the opposite. That UN, when you put that "un" in front of a word, it means the opposite. So up here, we're saying that usual means something that's not surprising, something that you see a lot. But for unusual, then that means that it is something that is surprising, that you don't see a lot because it's not usual. Okay, so this first sentence tells us that the animals are different from normal. The animals are unusual. These animals, well, we're going to read about different kinds of animals, animals that you wouldn't usually see like in Louisiana or actually on any other continent. Okay, as we read, you can use the words in the pictures to learn more about the animals and understand how they are unusual.
Yeah, but I see something in a kangaroo. Look, I see
The little
baby
baby kangaroo. I think that's called a joey, but yes, the little baby kangaroo is in the pouch. So we're going to read the text on page 15 and then we'll read the caption on page 14. All right.
Yeah.
So the rest of the page says Australia has unusual animals. Kangaroos hop very fast to go from place to place. Then on page 14, it says a mother kangaroo carries her baby in a pouch. How does this picture, remember we're relating words to pictures, how does this picture help us to know what a pouch is? Where is the pouch on the kangaroo?
I think right here.
Is it on her head, on top of her head?
Oh, it's on the head.
Where's the pouch?
Right there.
It's on,
She can't see what you're
Down.
it's on the kangaroo's belly. A pouch is something that is on their tummy that the baby sits in. I guess it's kind of like a little seat or a bag.
Yeah.
So how are kangaroos unusual? Look at
I
this
think
picture. How are kangaroos unusual?
I think they fight.
Because they do what?
They fight.
Well, we know that they hop very fast. The words tell us that. But from this picture, we know that they carry their babies in a pouch. So that's unusual. That's not something that you see a lot of. So that's different. All right, let's go to the next pages.
Hey,
One of the amazing animals that you told me about when I asked you which animals you remembered from Australia, and this is the koala. Koalas live in trees. They eat the leaves. They sleep most of the time. The word koala means no drink. Koalas get most of their water from their food. So what does this tell us about? What is the caption down here? Yes. What does this caption tell us about the food, the type of food that koalas eat? Uh-oh, now he's frozen.